Welcome to Diary of a Disabled. It's going to be dash cam diary here pretty soon. Today I am packing up and getting ready to head back home to Oregon. I have quite a few stops I need to make, but all of them are for rockhounding. I'm going to go mining in the opal mines, and I'm going to stop as many places along the way as possible. I had planned on potentially leaving today, but yesterday's spa day, oh my word, I could not get the services I wanted to save my life. I I wanted so many different services. However, I didn't get what I was exactly looking for, but I did get some benefit from it, and I definitely got my hair cut. So here's the new me. I went with a girl shag haircut that's reminiscent of the 70s, how a lot of women wore their hair. A lot of short up top and then just long mullet in the back. I wanted to keep my length and have my hair out of my flippin' face. I've never done a haircut this close to a mullet before in my life on purpose. But I really wanted to try something new, and I think it suits me, and I'm really happy I got my hair cut. I finally got rid of those extensions that really were so matted. It was kind of cool to have dreadlocks for a while. I quite enjoyed them. Now I know what it's like to have dreadlocks and like really knotted, matty hair. Quite the experience. I woke up at like at first at like 10 and then maybe noon, and then like ultimately at like 1:15 I finally got up. But I did go to bed at like 3 a.m. The night before, I had that PTSD argument fight with my beastie, and I really didn't want it to end like that. But I had to go for a drive, and I had to go process my information, and then I did my video here at their house, and then we had a wonderful, wonderful spa day to kind of like make up and like start fresh and do all over. I mean, I've known this lady for half of my life. 22 years I've known my beastie that lives here in Vegas. We met when I was in Denver, Colorado, when I was stationed there at the Air Force Base doing my joint intelligence work. And she was a civilian friend. We met in a bar, and we instantly clicked 22 years ago. And I really don't, neither one of us, we were like really stressed about this last year. We were talking, and we really don't remember what the conversation is that sparked us to talk. I don't know. But she's like a good family friend now. My parents have gotten to know her. She's stayed at our house. I mean, 22 years is a long time, and my friends are so welcoming of all my friends, and they accept people that they probably shouldn't have accepted that I have brought into their home. Same with myself, but you know, I learn, and I am all about learning about other people's stories and lives, and what makes people tick. I really do have like an interest in like sociology and social history, anthropology. I love the study of societies, ancient and current. I feel like life is just one big experiment to me. I like to learn and experience as much of life that I can. I, for the longest time, had FOMO, fear of missing out. But it's all up to me. It's up to me to make my life, and it's up to me to make myself happy, and it's up to me to plan those trips and do what I want to do with my life. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to me and what I want to do. And not to be too narcissistic or anything, everybody has some narcissism in themselves. Everybody does, whether they like to admit it or not. They're narcissist about one or two things, minimum. Everybody's got it. It's a human trait. Unfortunately, there's people that tilt way too far in that direction, and there's people that just have a very poor self image as well. I mean, it's a spectrum. Life is a spectrum. So, I mean, literally, I mean, I've had multiple conversations with some of my friends in the recent few years that whatever it is we're doing, whatever is in the water, whatever is in the food, our evolution is happening, and um, whether you want to perceive that as good or bad, that's up to you. But I'm seeing way more people on the spectrum in the younger generations below me. My generation are giving birth to many other kids on the spectrum. Society only perpetuates this cycle of ADHD, short attention spans with social media and TikTok and short reels and short social media content. Our attention spans are shrinking. And whether you want to call that evolution or not, or de-evolution, I mean, it's really all entirely up to you. Um, I think it's an evolution. There's advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantages tend to, you know, in a lot of people's eyes, outweigh the good. But I try to view the good in everything and everybody, and even myself. Um, Despite the things that are wrong with me, despite my diseases, despite my pain, despite what I go through, despite my emotional dysregulation. That's like one of the major things that I've just really struggled with the most in my life is my emotions and feelings, and not, being able to harness them and be able to gain control over my own feelings. And it's known that being on the spectrum, our highs are higher than the norm and our lows are lower than the norm. And having conversations with many other my neurospicy friends, the conversations are so all over the place, but they're also very circular, and they very do make sense to the other people that are on the spectrum as well. It all comes full circle. It's all up to perception, and it's all up to you and how you want to view your life. I view my life as happy as possible, but also while still feeling my negative feelings, getting my ruminating thoughts to stop, to continue to move forward. And the ruminating thoughts, the circling thoughts that are very much circular, because life is circular, it's up to you to learn how to cope with that. And it's up to you to change your feelings and to feel your feelings. Do not repress your feelings. Do not try to feel them later. Process them as much, as little as you can as possible at one time. Once you have those tears of joy, you shouldn't have those tears of joy over that same thing again. Or maybe you will, maybe you won't. Everybody's different. Everybody is special in their own way. And I just appreciate the differences in life and the differences in people's opinions. And I try to respect people's opinions, even when they don't respect mine. It makes it really hard, though, with my emotional dysregulation, to try and rein my emotions in the moment, because I've always had impulse control problems, and especially with my emotions. And to be able to sit there and try and process, I have to talk about it. I have to get it off my chest. I have to speak it. The other way I like to process is in the shower. The shower is a great example of being able to process things, because and all types of like meditation and stuff, to be able to visualize those feelings, those emotions, the negativity. Just me standing in the shower, watching the water go down the drain and like in a circle, and it just reminds me of life, and it makes me think that I can just let it go whatever I can in the shower. That's why I take long showers. Seriously, it helps me with my temperature regulation, because I can't regulate my body temperature in the environment very well. My thermometer is broken. Some days it's fixed, but most of the time it's broken. And it's the body's signs telling you there's something going on. If it can't regulate your temperature, then it really makes it hard to try and regulate anything else, like your emotions or your physical pain or your thoughts sometimes. But that's why meditation, grounding work, energy work, a lot of that stuff, I know it leads kind of towards the naturalist path and the like crystals, chakras, energy. I mean, it's all in what you want to believe, but I believe everything is connected, and energy never dies. Energy never dies. All it does is it continues and it moves on. So keep that in mind in a scientific but also social way. Energy never goes away. It just moves on. Continues to move. Whether it's circular or linear, doesn't matter. Energy always moves and it will never stop. It just moves on to something else. And whether you want to think about it as in like a soul as well, somebody's soul, their energy, it also can radiate off people. And there's been people that talk about like seeing auras, or that's why I think there's a lot of like mysticism and a lot of like people like more entertainment value with like mood rings, when really all it does is change due to your body temperature. But your body temperature is a clue of what's going on. um, so like for me, I can tell I have inflammation, and I know when I have a lot of inflammation, and if I'm sitting still, I am freezing. And it's because the body is trying to keep everything in place and stabilized. But when you have a connective tissue disorder, everything is so just elastic, malleable. I don't know what other term I could use. It's just more flexible. I use the word hypermobile a lot, but you have to break down the etiology of the word. I think that's the word, etiology. I might be it's not ethnicity. It's one of those words. Whatever. Besides the point. It just life moves on. Energy always moves, and it's up to you to try and keep up with it. And it's up to you to also harness your own energy, and don't let people be energy vampires. Don't let them take your energy. Don't force your energy upon others. That's my problem. I've become a little too hyper and too energetic for people. There was somebody back in the day in the Navy. Her voice very kind of high pitched, but she would get very overly excited and stuff. You know, overly excited in various emotional states, sadness, happiness. Just she was a lot, and she was a very short girl, and I think that's what made her kind of want to overcompensate and just be big of a burst of ball of energy. Well, me and my cousin, when I moved her out there, we kind of made an inside joke, and I think I shared it with some of my shipmates. I can't recall, but it was definitely an inside joke between me and my cousin that we called her short doses. That was her nickname. We can only handle her in short doses. And there's just a lot of people in life that are like that too. They're probably neurospicy, honestly. They're probably neurospicy, and they're I like that word over neurodivergent. It's just neurospicy is just easier and faster to say, and it sounds cooler. So that's what I mean when I say neurospicy. It's just neurodivergent, not normal, or I guess really like what I'm trying to say is I think it is becoming more normal, because don't let me get too far off on this tangent of conspiracies and theories and stuff like that. But for me, I have to be more natural. And back in the day when I was younger, I used to make fun of people like me, older hippies, all naturalists, don't want to go to the doctor. A lot of the time, like in the 80s, I think it was more like the religious cults kind of thing, that really took off in the media, because we didn't have social media back as much as we do now. So the information was very limited. But now that we do have all this information, now there's all this misinformation. So who do you believe? It's hard to say. It's whatever you want to believe and however you want to lead your life. And who's to stop you? Who's to judge you? Like, really. I guess I used to be really judgmental. And I have talked about people being judgmental, but maybe it's really me that's like, you know, pushing my belief onto other people about being judgy. Maybe I'm the one being judgy. I don't know. But I was definitely back in the day. And that is also why my mom and I butted heads a lot back in the day. Is as open as my mom would be accepting of my friends, there was definitely some people she absolutely despised and refused to allow me to bring them to the house. Yeah. One guy in particular, Jonathan, and I'm actually no longer friends with this guy from high school. I put the blame on him. I actually lied back in the day that it was him and somebody else that was hiding in my closet, but it was really somebody else. I just didn't want, I was forbidden to see that other person too, so I put the blame on John for years, and so that was another reason it just gave my mom another reason just to hate him. And I just, since she already hated him, I was just like, what's a little bit more? I was not a very kind person back in the day, and that's why I attracted the kind of people I did back in the day. I want to attract the good, positive people, and have the good people that are supportive in my life, that are uplifting me, and then I can help uplift them. And it's a big circle, like I said, it's a circle of life. I uplift, you uplift, and then we can hopefully just keep the uplifting going on to everywhere and everybody that we can. Be mindful of people's lives, of what they may have been through. You have really no idea unless somebody tells you what they've been through. The more I learn by some of my newer online friends, I can't wait to meet some of them in real life. And if y'all want to get to know me, just start leaving more comments. Seriously, leave comments, and I will know that you're watching and listening, and it gives me an interest in you and to want to know more about you. So please feel free to share your stories in my comments of anything. Like, add on to what I say, don't add on to what I say, disagree with what I say even, I don't care. If it's rude though, and very demeaning, then I will definitely delete your comment and hide it. So I don't want any negativity on my page, but I do welcome constructive criticism. It depends on the day that I read it, and I will stew on it for a couple days before I'll respond sometimes, but I do try to respond to everybody's comments on my page. Sometimes I don't know how to respond, so sometimes I just don't respond at all, because I haven't figured you out and you haven't commented enough. So I have to understand somebody's intent too. And me being neurospicy myself, it just takes a lot more context, and it just takes more time. It takes more time and more context for me to get to know you and you know me. So the more you watch, the more you learn, the more you know. Anyways, thank you so much for everybody that's been following me so long so far. I'm on that road to 500 subscribers. We're getting there, guys. Keep sharing my videos if you think that somebody might need to be uplifted. Pick one of my shorter videos that might be able to grab their interest. Some of this longer content, I know it's hard to keep people's interest this long. Like I said, this whole topic has been about neurospicy, really, and just an update on what I've been up to. I've been resting. I slept in. I got like 10 hours of sleep. I haven't had that much sleep in, I don't even know, months, a year, I don't know. I'm so used to 5 to 7 hours of sleep or less that the spa day really helped me be able to relax, to be able to sleep and get into REM and restorative sleep. My rash on my tattoo, that was on mine here. I have a swimsuit on, so I'm not trying to flash anybody, but if I do, it's a flippin' swimsuit. It matches. But I'm trying to be appropriate and not get into trouble by inappropriateness. But I like to show off my tattoos, so I can't get this close enough to the camera, but you can still kind of see a little bit of the scaling. I don't know if I posted it on just Facebook or on YouTube, both, but um, I was going to do this video, and I'm going to have to do it separately about that tattoo in particular and about what I've experienced and what I think caused that rash. I'm doing a separate video for that because I think it's interesting and it's more medical involved, so that's why I wanted to not talk about it in this video. This is more about neurospicy and just being kind, uplifting, inspirational towards others. Um, do whatever you want in life. Believe what you want in life. Have a good perspective. Try and change your perspective. Try it. Try having a conversation with somebody that you don't know or don't know very well. Just strike up a conversation and try and get over your own bias. Get over your own biases. I have good and bad biases. We all do. We're human. It's part of being human. We have bias, and a lot of it's just not recognized by our own consciousness at times. But I'm really glad to start posting again. I've really missed you guys. I've really missed posting, but I really just wanted to be on vacation. I haven't wanted to be on social media. I did have a couple gaming nights here at my friend's house, and it was nice and fun. But my friends are out there watching a movie now while I just try and take my time and get packed and get ready to go. I really did want to leave today. I feel like I've overstayed my welcome with my friend with our argument the other night, but I mean, everything made up for it yesterday. Like, we really had a good day yesterday, and that's how I want to end this trip. So it's about time I leave, so I don't get on her nerves and vice versa. It's just, she learned a lot from her massage yesterday. She went through a chakra Reiki. I've never experienced anything like that, but from the little bit that she's told me, and I haven't even asked her that much in depth about it. I was more kind of just not very receptive yesterday because I was just, every service I got wasn't what I was wanting, I guess. But it did benefit me, so I'm not at all. I had to change my attitude overnight, and I needed the sleep, and the sleep really helped me rethink things and reframe things for me in my mind today as I'm starting a new day and all refreshed and happy. And it takes me like a day or two after a PTSD trigger. It takes a toll on the body and mind. I'm getting teary just thinking about how it happened the other night, but it takes a toll on somebody having PTSD and being triggered. I had 2 incidents here, but luckily my friend she's accepting to a point. It's our age difference. She's in between my mom's age and my age, so she's like, I'm the young one, and it's hard with the era that she grew up in, and it was closer to how my mom grew up, and that's the reason why me and my mom didn't agree when I was in high school, and I started really forming who I was and identifying who I really wanted to be in life. I was never really allowed to feel my feelings in my household because they were always really high or low, with my being neurospicy that we didn't know about. And I still feel like people don't accept that about me because society hasn't gotten there yet. But that's okay. It will. It really will, especially as the younger generations come up, and almost all of them are neurospicy. It's just going to be the norm. But some people in the older generations like to view it as we're using that as an excuse to do what we do, when really it's not that we're trying to use it as an excuse for getting out of situations. We're really logical. we are almost like stuck in a fight or flight response at all times, being neurospicy. And it's so easily tipped because we're so sensitive to everything. Um, which they are learning that neurospiciness is really a huge comorbidity to EDS, and a lot of fibromyalgia patients are also being learning that they have EDS too. I mean, it's not all about hypermobility joints. It's about other things being hypermobile too. Flexible, let me use other words, terminology, malleable, stretchy, change, soft, uh, just, I don't know, flexible. Everything's flexible. But there's some people that can't be flexible because of other abnormalities in their body that could be preventing certain things from being flexible. It's just part of the criteria in order to diagnose EDS. It's not a necessity though. Not everybody that has EDS can do the EDS gang sign. Oops, I just popped my jump. And I can't really do it anymore because of my arthritis, and I'm not trying to push it. But they call them the party tricks for EDS. And here I am with the medical crap again. But it is connected to the neurospiciness. So, the biggest clue, I can pray in front of my back. I can pray behind my back. Praying behind my back is it's not easy to do for normies. So, I feel like I'm closer to God. If I really was super religious, I can pray both ways. Huh, superpower me. I'm not trying to get into religion, politics, all that kind of stuff on my channel. I do touch on it here and there when I have my disgruntled veteran videos, which I know a lot of you seem to enjoy. Nobody really watched this last one. It could be triggering though. I mean, I understand. I think I should have put a trigger warning in my description for but it's kind of in the title. I will go back and maybe edit that, but I still have to learn my editing software. But I just didn't want to do any of that on vacation except for making my banner. I'm so proud of my YouTube banner. I did it all by myself, and I like it. And I'm going to start trying, like I was going to try and start that new channel. I just don't think it's time. I really wanted to make 500 subscribers before I started a new channel because I need to gain a good consistent following. I want a good group of people. I don't want just anybody. It's not all about the numbers, it's about the quality of the numbers. So I appreciate the ones that do stick around. Thank you for following me, liking, subscribing. And if you're not, and a lot of you aren't, but really, it would help me out. Please, I'm on the road to 500. I really want to be a YouTube partner. It's my biggest goal. A little insight to that was, as a child, I always felt like I was being watched. I felt like I was in a movie, like maybe a daydream state, maybe like my entire life. But I always felt like I was always being watched. And I don't know watched by who. I'm not like schizophrenic kind of like watched like, oh, the cops are in the trees and all that kind of stuff, but like no, I always had this dream as a child, and I especially like on our long road trips, we did family vacations to Yellowstone and down to Southern California from Oregon. I grew up camping, traveling, going to national parks, and speaking of, that is part of my goal on this road trip home, to stop with my passport to all the national parks near Nevada. I really wanted to go down to Arizona to go see my friend. I really did. It just can't be this trip. I'm really bummed. I really wanted to go down to Phoenix. I've never been to Arizona. I think I've driven through there, but I've like never stopped or done anything there. So here in Nevada, there's really only a couple spots, and I don't know if I have Hoover Dam, but I may have to go out of my way and just go to Hoover Dam and go get my stamp, because I want my stamp. Okay, I got, so in the western region I have Red Rock Canyon, Las Vegas, Nevada. So I have Red Rock Canyon. And then I also have Old Spanish NHT, Red Rock Canyon. Oh, same thing, Red Rock Canyon. So I got those cancellation stamps. But I don't have Hoover Dams, but I have their thing. So it looks like I gotta go to Hoover Dam. And whether I go today or tomorrow, I don't know. But I can't wait to get some more cancellation stamps in my National Parks passport. It's exciting. I can't wait to go. But I have a lot of stuff to pack up. And I was actually packed up the other day, but I had to unpack everything just to go to the spa. And now I have to rearrange everything. Pain in the butt. I might do one more load of laundry too before I leave. I don't know. But I don't even know what time it is. My Fitbit watch is charging right now. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for following up with me. I know I'm kind of cutting this just off in the middle of, I don't know. I was talking about all kinds of different things. My normal ramble self. I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to see my dog. I wish I could have her on this road trip with me. If it wasn't for the music festival, I would have had her with me the entire time. And my friend's cats would not like that. And yeah, I wouldn't have gotten to know my friend's cats, which I can't believe I got to play with. They're still really super skittish, but all because of one thing. I got one of her cats to come out of hiding for me. Last year, it was the black boy, Monty, but his sister, Maxine, is the calico, or tortoiseshell. I keep wanting to say calico. She's a tortoiseshell. Her brother's a black cat. But the tortoiseshell, she was always so skittish. I barely saw her. She always hid every time I was around. You know, I stayed here last year for my birthday for a few days when I wasn't on this trip with my friends. But it's been a completely different vacation this year. Last year I stayed on this trip and went everywhere on those mobility scooters. I had my friends rent them. We were having races. I had I had bananas hanging from the back. You know, we were playing Mario Kart on the strip, and I had a Yoshi costume that I was wearing while we were on the strip on our scooters doing shenanigans in and out of the cones. If I can find those videos, I might just post one up on YouTube just to show y'all what I did last year, because it was before I started my channel. But I have all kinds of videos and photos from before my channel. Like I said, I just need to figure out my editing and stuff, and I'll get there. I'll get to that point. But starting to be, if I get my 500 subscribers, watch time. That is what I need, people. You need to watch my videos from beginning to end. Watch time. I am only a quarter of the way to partner, and I only have a year in order to get 3,000 watch hours. I have to do it within 365 days to make partner. With the 500 subscribers. So I need 30 more of y'all to sign up and subscribe and watch my videos. Play them in the background, rewatch some of the same ones. I don't care. Just please watch from the beginning to end. It would really, really help me out. If you really want to support me, if you really like my channel, please play some of this crap in the background with the volume down even, or just watch all of them. I have over 200 videos. Like, you'd think that I could have, you know, a little more watch time, but, you know, I understand people's short attention spans. But I know I have some of you faithful followers that do watch from beginning to end, or just listen from beginning to end while you're doing other things in the house or driving or whatever you do when you watch my videos. When I watch YouTube videos and people, like, you know, talking for, you know, 10, 30, 40 minutes, I just play it in the background and, you know, peek over once in a while when something piques my interest, when they say something, show something. So anyways, y'all, thank you so much, and I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta start packing. Look at this mess. This bed is full, and I need to get all this stuff packed. And I gotta open up my suitcase. That's the laundry I did yesterday while I was at the spa. And then I still have some beads I need to put inside their cases. I bought some new storage for my beads and other rando supplies. My box, this one is just getting way too full, and it's just not working out very well with some of the bigger pieces that I'm going to be making. I'm depleted of all my candy. Like I only have like 2 or 3 bracelets left that I made. The rest are all souvenirs from people that gave me theirs that don't necessarily match my outfits and stuff. So I have a lot of bead making to do when I get home. I mean, I even brought it with me, but I didn't really do any of it. It was on my beads. I got like one of those grocery bag, oblong grocery bags full of beads. There's like 2 rows of stacks of these. There's 2 rows stacked in there, and it's spilling out the top. And look, I even have more. So I've got my work cut out for me today, and I know it's already probably around 3 o'clock, and I haven't done a damn thing. So if I leave tonight, I'm going to find some place to camp out in the middle of the night. Maybe a truck stop, maybe a rest area, maybe a park, maybe a hotel. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to save my money for mining because it's going to cost a lot of money to try and get some of the best specimens. So I joined some Nevada rockhounding groups so I can get some ideas of where to go and what people have found in these spots, because the books only show so much. But when you go into these Facebook groups or messenger groups of rockhounders per state or per city or per, Pacific Northwest, you never know what you're going to find when you're out and about, and especially when you just pull over on the side of the road at a road cut, and it's just, you're going through elevations and stuff, and you see the different change in the color of rock, and you start to see more silica rich volcanic kind of areas. Those are the places to stop, or where there were previous mines that are no longer in function or use. There's tailings all over the place, and they don't get everything in their tailings. They miss stuff, and there's thousands of people that go there, but thousands of people miss it. The rock really picks you, and it's your eyes that will catch it. You just have to have the eyeball for it, and you have to know your parent rock material. You have to know what chemicals and what things to look for certain types of rocks. It's quite intriguing. I like it. It's a mystery, and it's fun, and it's an adventure, because you never know what you're going to find. So anyways, talk to y'all later. Peace out. Love you all. Keep smiling. You never know how much life you've got left. So tell those that you love them, because you never know when the last chance will be to tell them. Love life. Love yourself. Be kind. And keep smiling. Peace out.